There may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
We could see Bryce, but welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Great start.
Oh, are we starting? Jesus, I didn't even realize.
Hi, Mateo.
Yeah, welcome back to episode number 139 of Tailgate Talks.
I think so.
This episode is sponsored by Depression Recycling and Junk Removal. As always, I don't even know what the heck we're talking about today. I'm gonna be totally honest.
Well, check the chat, and I could, while you do that.
Oh, right. No, I got it.
I can't hear out of my my right ear. Don't know why. Probably just clogged up. We have Bryce's initials on the show today. Nice to meet you, Bryce's initials.
Okay, cool. Stuff I don't know about hockey, football. Perfect.
But something Alex can get educated on, because it's honestly it's literally from his boy Nick Wright about James Harden.
My guy.
So Alex will actually understand this first part, because it's a good take, and it's from Nick Wright. Of course, I'm not in my room. I'm literally in my kitchen. So no quote of the week this week. But if
I'm magic.
If there was a quote for this week, it would probably be unloyalty, little fill in the blank. B word. Because James Harden was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland. Now listen, from a talent standpoint, if you're a Cavs fan, you're excited. It's James Harden. Of course you're excited about it. Why wouldn't you be? This is where the unloyalty part comes from James Harden. And Bryce is back. Let's go.
I'm magic.
Bryce is in
Hold on. I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, that's crazy. But
You're talking about James.
Yeah, I'm also just waiting for Alex to get back in his room, because I don't know why he just left. Anyways, James Harden, this is where the unloyalty part comes from. And listen, you want to argue his talent and stuff, as I just dropped my eraser. You want to argue about James Harden's talent. That's fine, because he is still a good basketball player, in my opinion. In the regular season, that is. And we all know teams that love to just do well in the regular season and then just flop in the playoffs. Don't we, boys? Listen, 2017, 2018. And again, this is stats from Nick. This is stuff from literally the reason why I'm basically repeating what Nick Wright said is because he's right. He's right. And to be honest, you guys have heard us repeat stuff from Nick Wright 1,000 times on the show because of Alex. So don't give me crap for it. 2017, 2018, Houston Rockets. Great player, right? 34, 36 points a game, MVP finishing, scoring titles, you name it. You want to know? And boys, I want you to see this. You want to know how many teams since then he's quit on?
I would say like all of them.
Pretty much. Folded on 6 playoff series. 6. So like I said, in Houston gets Dwight Howard. Did not work out. Get Chris Paul. Not their fault. Chris Paul dealt with injuries. I get it.
Happens.
They get Russell Westbrook. Right? Game 4 against the Lakers. 2 for 11. Series over. And then gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Has Kyrie Irving. I believe Kyrie got hurt, and James kind of dealt with a little bit of injuries too. Back game 5, regardless. 1 for 10 in game 5, 5 for 17 in game 6. Next season, quits on the Nets. Goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. First playoff series, game 6, at home. 4 for 16, 3 for 11 in game 7. Goes to China, literally talking to these kids in China about how he doesn't want to play for the 76ers anymore, quits on the 76ers in China. And he does it in that manner. Then he goes to the Clippers, right? Which, by the way, in the China part, he's literally in a fat suit at this point. Which, guys, what's your favorite? What's your go-to fast food meal? Go ahead, just name it off.
Probably Chick-fil-A, I would imagine.
Chick-fil-A?
Chipotle bowl.
Oh no, you know what? It's definitely
I was gonna
just
say
any given day. It's definitely Taco Bell.
I was gonna say, oh, damn. Yeah, James Harden was probably eating that 3 times a day, like at this point of where I'm at in the story, because that's how fat he looked.
Bro's
But he-
rapidly approaching Sean Kingston status.
Anyway, gets to the Clippers, first year, right? First year in the playoffs, goes 2 for 12
Oof.
and 5 for 16 in games 5 and 6. Then last year, Clippers, they're literally just taking it from James Harden at this point. They're just taking it, just absolutely just taking it from James Harden. Goes 2 for 8 in game 7. You want to know what the Clippers do? They give this idiot an extension. Now this year the team is fine. The team is fine. James Harden is given this extension by the Clippers. Then decides to no-show work in Phoenix, Arizona. Decides to go to an Arizona State basketball game 10 minutes from the game that was being played against the Suns. And the Clippers basically hide it in saying it was for personal reasons. What does James Harden do after that? Requests a trade. And now he's in Cleveland. You can't win with this guy.
No.
You can't. And again, from a talent standpoint, if you want to like James Harden, that's fine. Still a good player. Was great at one point. But all he does is quit. And you can't win when you just quit. The Cavs should have just kept Darius Garland. You didn't need to trade him, in my opinion. And I do think LeBron's going to retire a Laker probably after this year. But if by but here's the thing: by some miracle, he's not done this year.
I see where you're going.
If he goes to any other team, he's probably going to retire with the Cavs.
Yeah.
So why do you need James Harden? You don't.
No, you really don't. That's a fair point.
And and the reality of it is, what is James Harden going to do at the end of this anyway? He's going to quit on him. And he's going to request a trade in like 2-3 years. At this point, he might as well just retire. At this point.
I mean, yeah, honestly, like.
Jared McKinnon's going to the Thunder. Anthony Davis is going to the Wizards, joining Trae Young. Okay. That's pretty much it. Giannis Antetokounmpo has not been traded. Probably will not get traded, even though Shams reported that Giannis is ready to move on. But of course, with that type of player, if their return is not right for the other team, then why would Milwaukee trade him? Literally trading 101. But
He's going to the Lakers.
don't even say that. Well, if LeBron's done, yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Listen,
Think about
listen. I wouldn't doubt the Lakers GM trying to do that if you well, then again, Nico Harris was a moron trading away Luka.
Think about it. Think about this. You finance your future away so you can run Luka, LeBron, and Giannis.
I think they only go for Giannis if LeBron's gone.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that, Mike.
I don't know. I don't watch enough NBA to be honest with you. I don't watch enough NBA to care. No offense to any NBA players out there.
But yeah, and I know the Hornets made a deal. But screw Dev Swayze, I'm not saying it on the show. But yeah, so that's what I have on James Harden. All he is a quitter, and that's it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if it works out with the Cavs, cool. If it doesn't, I would bet money it's probably not going to work out. But whatever, man. Whatever. I don't know. This sun is really bright in Greenville today, isn't it, Bryce?
Pretty shiny here
Didn't
too.
even know the
Yeah.
sun came out today, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like shining right in my face anyway.
It's been cloudy all morning.
Yeah. The thing with the Atlanta Hawks, they haven't made any other moves since trading away Trae Young. The Hawks are actually 25 and 27. So like they're basically in the same spot as the Clippers. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Just basically the moral of this is James Harden is a quitter, and I don't see it working out in Cleveland at all. And I know there's always Cleveland jokes because it's the Browns, but the Cavs actually are a good basketball team and are not a poverty franchise. But they certainly can become one because of a quitter. So there we go. Baseball.
Well, I figured, off season, we get baseball this month, actually.
Yeah.
Spring training stuff starts, all that fun stuff. And there's been a lot of moves. Some of the guys that were just kind of flying under the radar and whatnot. But I want to talk about the Hall of Fame voting because we completely glossed over that past weeks.
Which, by the way, we didn't really. Robert Kraft didn't get selected in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Speaking of Hall
I
of
figured
Fame.
we'd touch on that when we get to football. But so Hall of Fame voting has finished, and your inductees this year are Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones, and Jeff Kent. Now, this is ironic and kind of crazy if you ask me, because Manny Ramirez is done. He can never get in the Hall of Fame, which kind of is in track with all the other guys that were in that PED, Royd Ball era.
Pretty
But
much.
it's kind of hard to argue against Alex Rodriguez too. I mean, he's definitely gotten closer and closer each year. But I mean, Manny Ramirez, let me just read you these career stats real quick, and you tell me if this is a Hall of Famer or not. 1,500 runs, 2,574 hits, 555 home runs, 1,800 RBIs, 38 stolen bases, 1,300 walks, batting average of .312, OBP of .411, slugging of .585, OPS .996, and we're not a Hall of Famer.
He should.
So I agree, but here's my thought, okay? I understand that to keep the integrity of the game, you can't let all these Royd Ball guys into the Hall of Fame. But there comes a point where Manfred doesn't have integrity as it is. If we had integrity, we wouldn't let the Dodgers have $2.2 billion in deferred revenue, while some teams can't even afford to pay that in a 10-year time span. If we actually had integrity in baseball, we wouldn't have this stuff or have this conversation. We would just, they might have been on steroids, but it still takes hand-eye coordination, world-class hand-eye coordination, if I must, and all the other stuff that goes into it. Like, I don't understand why we're not letting Barry Bonds in, why we're not letting Manny Ramirez in, why we aren't letting these guys in, because you still have to hit the ball at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing with me with like, did the extra juice with some of these guys help? It's juice.
Exactly.
However, baseball, and Bryce and I know this, you still have to learn how to hit the ball, and it's hard. It's
you have to
hard.
be a world-class athlete.
Exactly. Their baseball
is-
minds are still great.
I don't
Exactly.
I don't take any Hall of Fame serious anymore because not only that, but like Barry Bonds pre-roids, probably still a Hall of Famer. Bill Belichick without Spygate, still a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft without Spygate, still like it's stupid. It's dumb. And the fact that there's not a real committee about this and it's just a bunch of sports writing idiots, I don't care. It's so stupid to me now. Like that being a professional sports Hall of Famer like just isn't even serious anymore.
And I want to say this too about the Hall of Fame. Now that God rest his soul, Pete Rose, if they induct him
Now,
now,
yeah,
that just proves my point even further that baseball has no integrity whatsoever. I'm not a Manfred fan as it is as the commissioner of baseball. I think he's done a horrible job with the game. I actually think he's shrunk the game across the world. But I'm not here to talk about how bad he is. I'm here to talk about the guys that got in. Beltran, deserving. Andrew Jones, definitely deserving. Some of the other guys that are up and coming. Chase Utley was very close. I don't see, in my opinion, shorter career, definitely a Hall of Famer. Felix Hernandez, in my opinion, Hall of Famer. Bobby Abreu, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer personally. I mean, some could argue he would. I'll listen to that debate. Jimmy Rollins, yes. Pedroia, yes.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Seriously, like there's some guys on here that are studs that they're close to getting in. Some of these guys on here, and I think it's mostly fair. Ryan Braun was also a PED guy. He got the X, which means he's not eligible to enter into the Hall of Fame voting again. That's fair. That's another PED guy, and it's just kind of on pace with everybody else. Other names on here that were big. Matt Kemp. I mean, that's a blast from the past. He was a stud. Nick Markakis. That guy was a stud as well. So that's over. Only 3 guys got in this year. I'm okay with the 3 that got in. I think more should have gotten in. But I guess we'll kind of call on Manfred to say, change your voting. Open it up to the best hitter in baseball, Pete Rose. Open it up to the best power hitter in baseball, roids or not, Bagwell, Bonds. Name the 15 other guys, 100 other guys that were in PEDs. That's all I have to say about that. But I was shocked to see that Manny Ramirez can no longer get into the Hall of Fame, which is a little upsetting. But that's fine.
Speaking of
in other baseball news,
yeah, I was just gonna say the Pirates still do not have a third baseman.
That is correct. Jared Triolo is going to be the third baseman.
Listen, man. I'm 50-50 on the blame here. I know we don't have a lot of time for the Pirates, but on one hand, I'm not mad because they tried. That's all I ask for is they try.
I don't think they actually try.
But that's where I'm getting. Hold on. But on the other hand, the culture that you build the last few years, that's literally the reason that nobody wants to come and play in Pittsburgh. So that's on you. So that's why I'm like 50-50 on it. They're also interested in Marcelo Zuna, which, listen, man, at that point, you might as well just bring Kutch back. At that point. Where is Marcelo Zuna going to fit on this team? You might as well bring Andrew McCutchen back at this point, which I still think there's a chance they will. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. It's probably not going to happen. But I wanted to because I love Kutch, but I don't know, man. It's whatever. It's whatever. I still feel confident that this team will be better. I'm not going to say by how much because it's the Pirates, but
I mean, I agree with you. I think they're going to be better, but I also think they struck out massively. Like you need guys that get on base and hit the ball. The best hitter, top 5 hitter, contact wise, we'll just call it hitter in general because he's a stud hitter, is a second baseman. He wanted $12 million. He got $12 million to go play for the Giants for a 1-year deal in Luis Arraez. He is going to get on base 4 to 5 times out of 10. It's not going to be home runs, but it's going to be a base hit here, base hit there, base hit here, there, blah, 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 blah. You get the point. Which is, I like Brandon Lowe. I'm glad we got him. But I think that was the next piece that they could have brought in, and then they could have said, okay, we put hitting on the table now. Maybe not so much power hitting, but we have hitting on the table now. So I'm not excited for the season, but I do want to tag on to what you said about bringing guys back. As my second favorite baseball team, the Athletics, brought back Jacob Wilson. 7 years, $70 million contract, which is a very, very, very weak contract. He
But he
deserves
wanted
more
it.
than that.
And they locked him. They locked him down. That's what matters. So
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, hey, he accepted it. He took it. I almost guarantee there was teams out there calling saying, hey, what do you think about, we'll give you this. But apparently he's a very loyal guy. So I'll take that. I mean, I've got to respect him for that.
And who's part of that hitting core for the Athletics?
Bunch of guys, actually. I think they signed some more hitters there, actually.
But who's the hitting core that's there now and that was there last year?
Lawrence Butler. Yeah, he's there too. That's part of it.
It's a young hitting core.
Other than that, we're going to just move on. I can't hear him anymore.
No, we need to pay the bills.
Well, I got one more thing baseball related before we do that. It'll be quick. If you're interested, it'll be a call out to America. If you're interested in the game of baseball and you want to watch exciting, fun baseball, the World Baseball Classic is coming up in March. That is when baseball is at its peak. All the guys from their respected nations, lands, stomping grounds, whatever you want to call it, play the game with each other. You get USA versus freaking the Dominican Republic, the Dominican Republic versus Japan, Japan versus Great Britain. You get all these guys playing for their nations. And if it's any added, hey, maybe I should watch this. There is some teams out there this year. The USA team has Bregman, Byron Buxton, Corbin Carroll, Pete Crow Armstrong, Gunnar Henderson, Aaron Judge, Kershaw, Mason Miller, the Big Dumper, Kyle Schwarber, Skeen, Scooble, Will Smith, Tarang, Bobby Witt Jr. They're loaded. USA is loaded. The issue here, the Dominican is also loaded. Listen to this. Sandy Alcantara, Junior Caminero, O'Neal Cruz, Yandy Diaz, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado, Ketel Marte, Julio Rodriguez, Carlos Santana, Dennis Santana, Luis Severino, Gregory Soto, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr. And then Japan has Shohei, of course. But I would say if you're trying to get into the game and you want to watch actual exciting, fun baseball, that's when you want to watch. That's when baseball's at its peak. And that is all I have to say about that.
And we got a Pirates minor league signing deal.
Yeah, Clevenger. Great.
Mike Clevenger. Anyway, Alex, go ahead.
All righty. This episode of Tailgate Talks, as always, is sponsored by Defrisher Recycling and Junk Removal. Defrisher is a family-run business out of Greenville, PA, that provides services such as vehicle purchasing, scrap metal purchasing, appliance removal, junk removal, garbage services, dumpster rentals, curbside pickups, house garage and building cleanouts, and demolition around the Pittsburgh and Greenville areas. If you or anyone you know are in need of any of these services, check out the links in the description down below. Go to their website or the Facebook page. Get in contact with Defrisher today. See if they provide their services in your area. Thank you, Defrisher, for sponsoring this episode of Tailgate Talks. And on the subject of PEDs, as we were talking about with baseball, we are moving on to the Pittsburgh Penguins, where 28-year-old defenseman Caleb Jones has just been handed a 20-game suspension for testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Jones says that he was receiving exosome therapy treatment for an injury, and says that he believes that something in the substances he was legally using was contaminated, and that resulted in his positive drug test. Regardless, he is complying with NHL and NHLPA rules and guidelines and will be serving his sentence. Maybe we'll appeal it to try and get it knocked down a little bit, just on the case that he wasn't aware or claims to not be aware. But Dubas put out a statement too. Pens are full in support behind him. He's not really a big name guy on the team anyway. So there's that. And then the Penguins themselves. have lost their past 2 in a row. A home game, 3-2 loss to Ottawa, and then a 5-4 loss in overtime, shocker, at the Islanders in back-to-back days.
Yeah, we
That puts the Pens at 28, 15, and 12, still second place in the Metro, but the Islanders are right behind at 31, 21, and 5 with only one less point, 68 and 67 between the two teams. So there's that.
Yeah,
I do want to give a hockey shout out real quick before you go, Mike. Leon Draisaitl is carrying the flag for Germany for the Olympics. Dom, I'm shouting you out for that.
Gotta say all the news. You gotta say all the news.
I'm so glad he's not on for this episode because that would absolutely be at least 2 or 3 bleeps that Richie would have to be putting in for this segment.
Oh, easily.
Bless you.
Anyway, we pretty much hammered hockey pretty well last week. So there really hasn't been, other than that suspension, and then obviously what the Pens are doing right now, there really isn't a whole lot to go after in the hacky world. Pretty much all other than that, it's let's go Pens at this point. I mean,
yeah, I mean, since we recorded last week, we had 6-2 home win over Chicago and a 6-5 win over the Rangers, both at home. And then the 2 losses back-to-back that I already stated. But yeah, Pens are still doing good, second in the Metro, which means they're still in a good spot for playoff positioning. Not the best, but could be worse for sure. They are, let's see, how far are they behind Carolina? They are quite a bit back from Carolina in terms of record and points. Carolina's got 76 points. We have 68. So we are 8 points behind first place in the Metro, but still in a good spot overall, being in second place. What Metro is not very strong this year. I believe I stated that last week as well. So
yeah,
5th, 6th in the Metro, or 6th in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, 6th in the conference overall, 2nd in the Metro.
That's actually they're what? They're 2 games out of, or actually 1 game out of being top 3, 1 or 2.
Yeah,
they're close. Did you guys see that the tribute to the 2016 team that they played?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sid, Gino, and all those guys. Man, you could tell those guys love it and they miss it. They really, you could almost tell by their emotion that they're really like giving it everything they got this year to try to get back to that.
Oh, for sure. And my message to that, and this is the last thing I got to say about hockey. My mindset after seeing that was, Pens fans, enjoy this now, because I hate to say it, it's probably coming to an end soon. Like, I don't know how soon, but pretty soon. So just enjoy it. Just enjoy it now, because you're gonna regret not watching Pens games 5 years, 5, 6, 8 years from now. And stuff. And I mean,
whenever they rebuild properly.
I mean, with all 3 of them there. Is what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that might change in the next 2 or 3 years, honestly. So
yeah, that's why I say that. Like, enjoy this now while you can.
yeah. So quick insight for people that don't know how this works. The way it works, each conference, East and West, take 8 teams to the playoffs. The top 3 teams in each division get a guaranteed playoff spot, and then there are 2 wild cards selected from the remaining teams. So from the Atlantic Conference, the top 3 seeds as of right now are the Tampa Bay Lightning, Detroit Red Wings, shout out EJ, and the freaking Buffalo Sabres somehow. And then the top 3 from the Metro would be Carolina Hurricanes, your very own Pittsburgh Penguins, and the New York Islanders, with the 2 wild card teams being the Canadiens and the Boston Bruins. Bunch of teams in the Eastern Conference I can't stand that are in the playoffs at the moment. And then in the Western Conference, you're looking at Central Division. You're going to be taking the Avs, the Wild, and the Stars. In the Pacific, you're going to be getting the Golden Knights, the Oilers, gross, and then the Ducks, with the 2 wild cards being the Utah Mammoth, shout out them, and the Seattle Kraken. So that is the playoff picture as of right now, with like 30 games left in the season, roughly.
Something like that, pretty much. Yeah. So Super Bowl week. I listen. I heard. Did you guys see the reporter ask? I think it was Rabel and Drake May. Is this game a must-win?
Oh yeah, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. What do you mean? Is the Super Bowl a must-win
The
game?
Super
No,
Bowl.
I almost
no,
felt
we
like
could
it was
probably
a
get back
joke.
next year and win it. No, it's not a must-win.
It's not a must-win. We're just gonna give Sam Darnold the ring and the
Give
trophy.
Sammy D the ring, baby.
I
Listen,
almost feel like that was a joke, though. To be honest with you, like I almost felt like he was just messing around, but
I
being
would hope.
serious about it.
I'd hope so.
Or he's just this horrible reporter and probably lost his job the next day.
I hope so.
Dude.
But yeah, I mean, listen, if you told me, like, say after the 1 yard line game and the Patriots and the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl again, and you get Russ versus Tom Brady again, would I be excited? No. I'll be real honest with you. Like I'm saying that if it was like Chiefs and Eagles again, like that, like
Right,
that.
yeah.
However, the fact that it is Drake May versus Sam Darnold, I'm pretty excited. I can't even lie. I would love for Drake May to get a ring right now. I would love it. But it would mean the Patriots get to 7, which is what it is. But man, oh man, if Sam Darnold can do it, this has to be like, how do I want to phrase this? Like non-physical, like the Sam Darnold story to me, if he can win this ring, it kind of already is, but if he can end it with a ring, I feel like Sam Darnold's story is the greatest non-physical comeback story
Yeah.
in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only one that probably would remain over that is Kurt Warner, just because
Yeah,
he was literally, like, he was in the CFL, or not the CFL, I believe he was in, like, the Arena League, and then he was, like, stocking shelves at a grocery store, and then he won a ring, made it to 2. Like, that's the only one that, like, that one's going to be, like, impossible to overtake in my mind, unless someone else literally does the same thing but wins more rings. But,
yeah,
I mean,
of course.
I think it would be really, really, really funny if Sam Darnold not only made it to a Super Bowl before Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, but also won it. I think it would be so funny.
Yeah, for sure. And in terms of just comeback stories, period, I mean, DeMar Hamlin literally died and came back and played football.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't. It's like I don't really know who to root for. I really don't know who to root for. I'm gonna go with what my dad always says about the Super Bowl. I just want a good game.
Yeah.
Game.
By the way, if you're a betting man, I would take New England to cover. Spread's 4.5.
Yeah.
Hammer that New England line. Either win or lose by 3. Yeah.
I feel like I want a good game, but I'm going to talk about something that nobody else is thinking about. I want good Super Bowl commercials again.
Me too, bro.
Funny
no,
ones.
That's such a fact. Oh my God, is that such a fact?
I don't want to see this stupid ad about some company I never heard of that's this heartwarming, feel-good story about this horse that found its way home to its pen and saved its child from getting mauled by a raccoon. I want to laugh. I don't want to cry.
Yeah, I don't give a. I am watching the Super Bowl and probably eating food and consuming beverages that are absolutely horrible for me. I do not give a single damn about Eli Lilly and their goddamn weight loss medication. I don't care, bro. I don't care how much it changed your life. I do not care. Show me the dude with, like, the freaking Cheeto fingers that can never get the Cheeto dust off of him again. Like, give me that.
Wait, you guys don't.
I got you one.
You don't want to save the animals at the animal shelter?
No.
Nah,
Yes.
I don't care about
no,
PETA. PETA
not on
sucks.
Super Bowl Sunday. Alex, here's one for you. Here is one for you. Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh, yeah.
We also got another good one. I agree with you though. I don't care about weight loss medication. I feel like that's a calling out. Like, hey, listen, thanks, not using your product. Don't care.
Cool. Yeah, cool. I don't care that freaking Stacy from Omaha, Nebraska lost 80 pounds in 2 months from taking your GLP-1s, bro. I don't care.
Oh my
Oh, the Hawks just made a move requiring Jock Landau from the Jazz. I've never heard of him.
Shout out Jock.
Also the Cavs have traded Lonzo Ball to the Jazz for 2 second-round picks.
Here's the rumored commercials, Alex. We're gonna get to see Sabrina Carpenter for Pringles. Don't care. Emma Stone for Squarespace. Also don't care. And then Ludacris for Frank's Red Hot. That could be good.
That sounds kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
That could be good.
That could
Matthew McConaughey for Uber Eats. Ben Affleck for Dunkin'. Peyton Manning and Post Malone Bud Light. Wish it was Shane Gillis, but that's okay. Svedka Vodka is supposed to make a ad run. I actually saw. Listen to this. I was watching TV the other night, and this ad pops up, and it's a polar bear, I think, that sits down at a table with a Pepsi and a Coke, and it cracks them both open, smells them, sits back, and then it says something like blah 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 blah, and it says 2/8/26. There is people spending money for ads for Super Bowl commercials.
Good Lord.
I did hear that Chipotle's running a crazy deal. If you're listening to this, be ready. Supposedly they're gonna post. It's a 30-second ad, and it's gonna have a code. And if you text that code to Chipotle, you can claim, if you're in the first 100,000 people, $1 million worth of like gift cards to Chipotle that'll just go right to your Chipotle account.
Yo.
So you can get free Chipotle. You can only get like a certain amount, and it's the first 100,000 people, so 1,100,000. So you get $10 for Chipotle. That'll cover half my bowl, more than half.
Yeah, right.
I'm okay with that. But I needed to get that in about the stupid commercials. Make them funny, please.
Yeah, Alex, your Buckeye JSN could get a ring by the end of the week.
My Buckeye JSN could get one, or my Buckeye Travion Henderson could get one. I'm chilling.
I forgot about him. So, but
I'm more interested for the halftime show, to be honest with you.
In what?
For the halftime show.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a civil war in the middle of the Super Bowl, probably.
Probably. I actually haven't even listened to any of Bad Bunny's music. Maybe I should get myself ready to know what's coming.
He's good. Bad Bunny's really good.
Is he actually?
Yeah, no, he's here. Actually, though, right now, like literally, like or after the show, look up his, because he actually wrestled matches in WWE. Look up his.
Oh my God, that's right, he did.
Look up his entrance from Backlash 2024. He came out to, I think, was it called Chumbea? I think is the song.
I think so.
He came out to that. It was they were in Puerto Rico when he came out to that.
So tough.
Dude, the crowd went insane.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, Bad Bunny's gonna be good. Like he's gonna be good. But anyway, last thing, Super Bowl score predictions before we sign off. So we're putting us on the spot.
Yeah, give me an almost identical score to Super Bowl 49 when they played each other the last time. 48 or 49. Give me, I think the script just lines up too perfectly. Give me New England 27-24.
Give me New England 30-25 and classic Sam Darnold fashion. Throws a pick at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take the Seahawks. Anybody know what the over-under set at?
No, I just know the spread's 4.5 for Seattle.
Oh.
Hold on. I got you. Let's see. NFL.com 45.5.
45.5. So that's implying 22.5, 22.5. I'm going to take
22.25, but yeah.
I'm going to take the Seahawks 20, Patriots 13.
This has all the makings to be a really low scoring Super Bowl.
I mean, Seahawks have the best defense in probably a long time, honestly. Like, they were a freaking unit this year.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be the toughest unit the Patriots have faced in the playoffs, honestly.
By no means.
Back
no.
to back, actually 3 back-to-back games against the Chargers, the Texans, and the Broncos. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Chargers wasn't the greatest, but they were probably still like top third at least.
I would say it gets harder as they go. I think I have the Texans. The second hardest defense in the league, and then the Seahawks at 1. I have the Broncos at 3 if anybody cares, because I'm sure there's going to be people arguing that they're the best. But that's how I see it. I think it will shape out to be a very, very, very good Super Bowl, though.
I think it'll be a close game regardless.
Yeah, for sure.
So should we go back over what we're talking about? I want to laugh, and I want a good game.
I want to laugh. I want a good game, and I want beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so this flew by pretty quick. I believe
dude.
it.
This is
We're only going for like 40 minutes, right?
Yeah, pretty much. If
About,
anybody
yeah.
if anybody likes this shirt, you want us to start making merch, let us know in the comments. Alex closes out.
This episode of Tailgate Talks is sponsored by Defrisher Recycling and Junk Removal. If you or anyone you know are in need of their services, check out the links in the description down below. Go to the website or the Facebook page. Get in contact with them today. See if they provide their services in your area. Thank you to Defrisher for sponsoring this episode of Tailgate Talks. And with nothing left to say, good night, America.